Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to WWE 2K16 Universe Mode. I am Ashton Aker. That is your Intercontinental Champion, Dolph Ziggler. And this is Thursday Night Smackdown. And we are kicking off episode 8 of Universe Mode with an open challenge. Dolph Ziggler does not know who his opponent is tonight. He's not putting his title up for grabs, very similar to what John Cena did a few episodes ago. Dolph Ziggler recently winning that title, defeated Neville at Backlash, and now in the first Smackdown since the event, Ziggler is calling out anyone in the back to take a shot at Ziggler. And if that man beats Ziggler, then surely they've got to be first in line for an IC title opportunity. But there is the Intercontinental Champion, Dolph Ziggler. We're going to find out now who Ziggler's opponent tonight is going to be. There is me, I am Michael Cole. Who's Ziggler's opponent? No. Surely not. Holy shit! Oh my god! Ladies and gentlemen, that is Diamond Dallas Page. DDP has answered the call. Undrafted. I didn't even know if he was still competing. Diamond Dallas Page has answered Ziggler's open challenge. And we're kicking off SmackDown with Dolph Ziggler versus DDP. This is the last name I would have expected to answer this call tonight. What a good surprise, as we're kicking off SmackDown in a huge way. Of course, later on tonight we will see the Usos taking on the Rhodes brothers, with the winning team facing the Miz and Mizdow for the tag titles next week. And in our main event, as part of the WWE Contenders Championship Tournament, we will see Seth Rollins challenge Daniel Bryan. But here we go. The bell has rung. Ziggler with a stomp to the gut and a drop kick, sending DDP down to the mat in his first match in God knows how long. Another kick, and Ziggler could not have expected DDP. How was Ziggler going to be able to prepare for this? Dolph Ziggler dragging DDP to the center of the ring. It's a big flick, kind of flatliner stunner almost. And now Dolph Ziggler, big strike, DDP's going to counter, and now DDP, big forearm to the face. Diamond Dallas Page throwing Ziggler off the ropes, and now DDP, big tilt-a-whirl, side slam. And I don't know how Ziggler's going to be able to overcome Diamond Dallas Page here tonight. What a matchup. DDP now went for a big elbow. Ziggler gets the counter, snapmare, center of the ring, and now Dolph Ziggler has got the head locked, and there's just the elbows to the temple of Diamond Dallas Page. And DDP already looks to be in a bit of trouble here. Ziggler now, what is Ziggler thinking? Lifting up DDP, Dolph Ziggler now. Guillotine lock, but DDP throwing Dolph Ziggler onto the mat, and a stomp to the back of Dolph Ziggler. DDP now lifting up Dolph, and what is DDP thinking here? Big belly to belly. Beautiful stuff by Page. And there's a kick to the back of the head as well for good measure. And now Diamond Dallas Page trying to keep Dolph Ziggler on the mat, but Ziggler is going to fight back. Big forearm straight to the face, and now Dolph Ziggler going to lift him up for a big snap suplex. And Ziggler has had most of the momentum this match in my eyes, but DDP going to look to turn that around with a big shoulder tackle now. And there's just a stomp to the gut. Wants to keep the punishment up while he figures out what to do next. As now DDP lifting up Dolph Ziggler. Going to go for a belly to belly again, it seems, but Ziggler got an elbow to counter. DDP tried to strike Ziggler. Now he throws Ziggler into the corner. Follow up, waist lock, turning it now into a big, holy shit, oh my god! A big leg hook back suplex, and now elbow drop. DDP really feeling it, and now what is he thinking here? Trying to snap the leg of the show off. Would force him to vacate the IC title if he does get injured here tonight, but I'm sure DDP doesn't want to do that. As now Diamond Dallas Page, big back body drop onto Dolph Ziggler. DDP now, what's he thinking? A straight to the back, trying to make sure Ziggler doesn't get back up, realizing he's not going to have a choice here. Ziggler now throws him off the ropes, And there's a huge drop kick similar to how Ziggler started this matchup. But DDP, a big kick to the kneecap. And this is going to turn the match in the favour of Diamond Dallas Page, who's now got him up in a fireman's carry position. Oh my god! Just planting him back down on the mat. And now DDP. Here we go. Diamond Dallas Page. Set out powerbomb. Into the cover. 1, 2. Dolph Ziggler kicks out at 2. And now Page. Big, oh my god, just kicking him right in the rib. And now DDP. This is it. If he gets it, it's all but over. Diamond Dallas Page now. Oh, wait for the diamond cutter. But Ziggler avoided it. And now Dolph Ziggler set into the corner. That would have been it. And now DDP dropping Ziggler on the top turnbuckle. And DDP lifting up the IC champion now. Now going to throw him into the top left turnbuckle. And what is DDP thinking? Flipping him round so he can be face to face with him. And woo! Big chop in the corner. Into the cover to put the champ away. 1, 2. But another kick out there by Dolph Ziggler. And Ziggler remains alive in this match. A big strike to the gut now. And now Dolph Ziggler. No, DDP. Huge counter kick to the gut. Striking him now. And look at Diamond Dallas Page go. Big discus lariat. Ziggler down again. DDP with another cover. 1, 2. And another kick out by Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler still in this match. DDP needs to put more if he wants to put him away. Went for a bulldog or a clothesline or something. Ziggler ducked. DDP gets countered. Russian leg sweep by Dolph. And now Dolph Ziggler into the cover of Diamond Dallas Page to put the legend away. Oh, and just a last second kick out there by DDP. But DDP has been worn out already. Both men now just back to their feet. DDP, big strike to the face. DDP lines him up. Gonna go for this powerbomb again. No! Pile! Oh no, what the fuck? A Styles Clash by DDP. And Diamond Dallas Page pins the Intercontinental Champion. What a way to kick off Smackdown. What a match. And the Intercontinental Champion has been pinned instantly after winning that title against Neville at Backlash. There was a bit in that match that I thought Ziggler had DDP beat. It was a very last second kick out on that powerbomb. Ziggler, I wonder what this was. Oh, not really much of a highlight there. DDP was a big strike to the face. Went for something. Ziggler countered with a huge Russian leg sweep. Ziggler then fell into the cover, and this is when I thought he had it. 1, 2. And at the last possible moment, a kick out. DDP then with a big strike to the face grabbed Dolph Ziggler. At first I thought he was going for the powerbomb. Then I thought pile driver, but no. Planted him back, face first onto the mat. In a Styles Clash-like maneuver. Into the cover of Ziggler. 1. And done. Diamond Dallas Page, you've got to think now, has got to be the #1 contender for Ziggler's Intercontinental Championship. And his return to the ring, what a match, what a result for DDP. But now we're going to move on to a Smackdown Tag Team Championship #1 contenders match. Well, here we go. It's our second match of the night. We are in Detroit, Michigan. And out first, these men challenged for the Smackdown Tag Team titles against the New Day in our first episode of Smackdown. I believe it was the first episode. And they came up short. Now they have an opportunity to become #1 contenders, to be the Miz and Damien Mizdow's next challengers. But these brothers have got a big challenge ahead of them. It is brothers versus brothers. The Uso brothers versus the Rhodes brothers. In our next matchup, the Usos are Uso crazy and ready for this match as they make their way down to the ring. There's me, I'm Michael Cole in the middle of the commentary desk, because here we go. Stardust, officially a member of the Smackdown brand, whereas his brother Goldust went undrafted Goldust is currently a free agent. Of course, Stardust is a member of the Smackdown roster. It doesn't stop these two from teaming up. And I believe if they could end up going to win the titles, Goldust would become the first free agent to win a championship here in Universe Mode. Perchance, that would give Goldust a full-time contract with the Smackdown brand. But Goldust and Stardust, feeling the energy here in both men's debut here on Universe Mode as they face the Usos, Jay and Jimmy. And we are starting off with Jay Uso and the older of the Rhodes brothers, Goldust. Here we go, the bell rings. Of course, Goldust and Stardust, formerly Dustin Rhodes and Cody Rhodes, pulling into these alternate personas of Goldust and Stardust for Universe Mode here. Who knows, at some point we may see them return back to their old ways. But for now, they believe that this is the way to go. Goldust with a big fist drop to Jey Uso, and now Goldust went for something. Jey Uso got a counter roll, and now Jey Uso, big double underhook suplex. And Goldust is down. And there's a big knee drop to the painted face of Goldust. Lifting up Goldust now. Goldust going to throw Jay into Jay's own corner to rebound it now, dragging him to the centre of the ring. And now a suplex, it seems, here. No, what's he thinking? Yes, it is. No! Oh, drops him down with a gourd buster. Nice stuff there from Goldust. But Jey Uso, Jay with a big knee. And Goldust is down. And now Jey Uso, him and Jimmy, been doing it since day one. Jey Uso now, big Samoan drop onto Goldust. And now drops the elbow to the heart of Goldust. And now lifting Goldust up. Are we going to see Jimmy enter this match soon, or is Jay going to continue the offense? There's a big Russian leg sweep by Jey Uso. Goldust rolling out the way. Big chop, and now Goldust. No, jawbreaker there by Jey Uso. And now Jey Uso with a huge drop kick. And now Jay lifting up Goldust, deadlifting him into a huge suplex. Goldust in trouble, has barely had any momentum in this match, and this could be it to become #1 contenders. But a 1 count on Goldust is all it will get for Jey Uso. And now Jay locking Goldust here, going to try and lay some strikes on the head, but Goldust gets out of it. Nice way to get out of it, and now Goldust very quickly tags in his brother Stardust. Stardust is the legal man now. And Jey Uso snapmare onto Stardust, followed it through with an elbow to the back of the head. And now Jey Uso, no, Stardust countering. Oh, and a poke to the eyes. Wait for the double throat chop. Countered, and now big power slam. Stardust counters. Flatliner. Stardust now grabbing the leg. And there's an elbow to the inner kneecap. And Jey Uso's in trouble. He needs to tag in his brother Jimmy. Otherwise, this match is soon going to be over. Stardust now scratching the back. And there's chants of Cody in the audience. They want the old Cody Rhodes back. But Stardust has said that the old Cody Rhodes is dead. Stardust lives. And there's a huge back suplex by Stardust into the cover. 1, 2. Kick out by Jey Uso. And a big DDT now from Stardust to Jay. And now Stardust climbing to the top rope. What is Stardust thinking here? Stardust, oh my god, went for a moonsault! And now Jay can tag in his brother Jimmy. Jimmy, the legal man. Stardust running in. Big strikes by Stardust, and a huge drop kick. Countered by Jimmy Uso. Stardust now, big arm drag over the shoulder. And choking out Jimmy Uso now. Stardust, kick to the back now. Stardust wants him and his brother to challenge the Miz and Mizdow for the Smackdown tag titles. And it's seeming so far in this match that could very well be a possibility. Stardust now. Stardust with a disaster kick. Into the cover to put him away. 1, 2. But a kick out by Jimmy Uso. The beautiful disaster. Not enough to win this match. And now another rake to the eyes. Went for a chop block. Jimmy now catches him. Back suplex. Stardust counters. Jimmy now grabbing Stardust. And hits a big neck breaker. And now Jimmy Uso. Kick to the back of Stardust. Jimmy lifting him up again. And there's another kick to the back. Repeated punishment. Stardust is in trouble and he's going to want to tag in Goldust soon. Jimmy Uso. Big chop. Stardust now going for a power slam. Gets countered. DDT. Jimmy Uso really feeling it now. Lifting up Stardust. Super kick. Countered. Stardust countered. Jimmy Uso. Big Saito suplex. That super kick would have been all she wrote, but there's a cover now on Stardust, who kicks out at 2. And this match is still going on. And now, just the big elbows to the head of Stardust now by Jimmy Uso. And now Jimmy, oh wow, stretching out the arms of Stardust. Is Stardust going to tap out? No. Stardust, beautiful counter there on Jimmy Uso, and Stardust cowers away and tags in brother Goldust. Goldust is now in, and Goldust feeling it. Goldust with a guillotine hold and a big elbow to the back. And now Goldust locking him, and there's another elbow, went for a drop kick. Jimmy counters, tags in Jay. Jey Uso once again legal, and Stardust. Goldust tags in, and here we go. Stardust running house here, knocks down Jimmy. Stardust now. Here we go. Alabama slam. Lifting up Jey Uso now. Stardust countered. Jawbreaker. Stardust throws Jey into the corner. Stardust now went for a strike to the gut. Jey counters. Jey now gonna throw Stardust into the corner. Here comes Jimmy. And what is this? Big power slam. Here we go. Uso splash. To become #1 contenders. 1, 2. But there's a breakup by Goldust. Jey didn't realise that Goldust was going to come in and try and break it. Now Jimmy's got a bit more work to do. Jimmy from behind. What is this? Oh, a Bubba Bomb. And I think the fans might be chanting, "Let's go Cody." They still see Cody Rhodes in Stardust. Stardust doesn't see it. Stardust out to the top rope. Oh my god! Huge moonsault into the cover. 1, 2. Kick out by Jimmy Uso. What a match we're seeing here on Smackdown. And now here we go. Stardust lifted up Jimmy. Jimmy with a knee to the head. Jimmy Uso now. Lifted up Stardust. Here we go. Rikishi. Driver. Into the cover. 1. Oh, but there's a rope break. Jey tries to take out Goldust, but Stardust grabbing onto the ropes. And seemingly this match would have been over if Stardust wasn't close to the ropes. This match would have been all but done. And now Jey and Goldust just battling it out in the ring, and this match could get thrown out. Jey sent over the top rope. Goldust leaves the ring. Jimmy's now on the top, and Jimmy Uso hits the Uso splash into the cover. 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out by Stardust. Goldust, I think, might have been too distracted with Jey Uso to break it up. And now Jey. What the fuck is Jey doing? Jimmy Uso now. I am shocked that Stardust kicked out of that Uso splash. And now Jimmy. Jimmy has Stardust in the corner. Meanwhile, Jey and Goldust are fighting. Goldust sent back to the ring, and now Stardust lifted up Jimmy Uso. Big suplex. And Stardust. What is Stardust thinking here? Stardust now. What's he going for here? Oh my god. No. No way. Stardust lifted up Jimmy. Vera Breaker. It's over. It's got to be 1, 2. Oh, and a breakup by Jey Uso. Goldust couldn't get there in time. This match should be over. Jay now sent over the top rope. Stardust throws Jimmy into the top right corner. Stardust now, here we go. Is he going to go for this moonsault again? Stardust for the second time. Moonsault. And now Stardust. Stardust, oh my god. Springboard senton. And Stardust tags in Goldust now. If they can take away Jay from this equation, this match will be over. Goldust stopping Jimmy from getting the tag. Jimmy fights back, needs to tag out, and he does. That is a get out of jail free card there for Jimmy Uso. Is now Jay and Goldust. Is Jay, what's he thinking here? Goldust, big kick to the guts now by Goldust. Goldust now gonna hit the curtain call into the cover. Oh, the game, I forgot it does that, my apologies. 1, 2, 3, no, a kick out. Jay Uso somehow kicks out of the curtain call. How the hell did he kick out? Into the cover of Goldust now. 1. Oh, a kick out at 1. Jesus Christ. Goldust kicking out at 1, and now Jimmy. I can't remember which Uso's which now. Fuck. I had this up until now. Goldust now with a waist lock, and what is Goldust thinking? Gonna hit a big atomic drop. Lifting up. I believe this is Jay Uso. Goldust now, here we go. Final cut. To become #1 contenders. 1, 2, 3. The Rhodes brothers will face Miz and Damien Mizdow next week for the Smackdown Tag Team titles. What a tag team match. That may be one of the best tag matches we've seen so far in Universe Mode. Two teams that put it all on the line, but at the end of the day, it is the Rhodes brothers who can call themselves #1 contenders to the Smackdown Tag Team titles. In their debut as well, just adding extra salt to the wound of the Usos. But a great match nonetheless. Is, with that being said, is here we can see the beautiful disaster kick that connected, but it wasn't enough. I believe this just merely got a 2 count, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it was a 2 count. But a fantastic match. But with that being said, it is now time to move on to our main event, where we will see Daniel Bryan versus Seth Rollins in a WWE Championship Contenders Tournament. The winner of this match and the winner of next week's main event will face John Cena in a triple threat match in the main event of our upcoming pay-per-view, Fully Loaded. So whoever wins this main event will be going to the main event of Fully Loaded. It will be a triple threat main event, as you can see here. This was the finish of this match. The final cut connected on Jey Uso into the cover. 1, 2, and 3. As Stardust put away Jimmy for good measure, the Rhodes brothers head to next week for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. But now, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, it is time for our main event. Seth Rollins versus Daniel Bryan. Oh, you have to forgive me, I'm coughing, I can't stop, I'll need to mute, give me a second. Okay, we're back. All for the content. Daniel Bryan makes his way out to the ring for SmackDown's main event. Apologies for the coughing fit. I literally hit press play to resume the recording and I just fucking went into a coughing fit. That's been happening for the past few weeks. It's not good. But Daniel Bryan is here. Of course, Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins competed in the inaugural WWE Championship match in the first episode of SmackDown, where John Cena pinned Roman Reigns. Speaking of Roman Reigns, next week's main event, the other half of the title contenders tournament, we will see Roman Reigns go one-on-one with the new NXT champion, Titus O'Neil. The winner between Roman and Titus and the winner of tonight's main event, of course, will face John Cena in the main event of Fully Loaded in a triple threat for the WWE title. Daniel Bryan, the yes movement behind him, as here comes the Architect. The man who single-handedly broke up the Shield and changed the trajectory of Dean, Roman and himself's career forever. Seth freaking Rollins is here on SmackDown. These two were too distracted with each other in the WWE title match to even realise that John Cena had hit the attitude adjustment on Roman Reigns and gotten the 3 count. But Seth Rollins makes his way down to the ring, will face Daniel Bryan in our main event here on Thursday night SmackDown. Of course, we know that in terms of Raw's World Heavyweight Championship, it will be Bray Wyatt taking on Randy Orton for his World Heavyweight title. But bar that, we don't really know much else in terms of titles. We don't really, not titles, in terms of matches. There's not much matches we've got confirmed for this show. So it'll be interesting to see how the next episodes of Raw, SmackDown, NXT play out to build up to this show. But Seth Rollins is here. It is main event time on SmackDown. Bryan versus Rollins. As here we go. This referee we've had consistently rings the bell. Rollins throwing Bryan. Bryan counters and sends Rollins over the top rope. And you didn't expect anything different. A fast start. A fast start for these two. Rollins hits the knee off the springboard. No lockups for these men. Fast, high-flying action off the gate is what you can expect. Rollins now with a big strike. These two men hate each other. At least I think. It seems that way when they fight. Bryan has Rollins up on the shoulders. Rollins is going to counter though and drop Bryan on his back. And Rollins now, big stomp to the chest. And now gonna bend Bryan over, and now Michinoku driver onto Daniel Bryan. And now he's gonna lift up the leader of the Yes Movement, who gets an uppercut and can get some offense back of his own. But no, Rollins with a cheap kick to the gut. But Bryan sending Rollins down to the mat. And now Rollins, big arm drag. Nice there by Seth Rollins. And now Bryan hits a big German suplex. No, Rollins with another arm drag to counter. And now, disrespectfully slapping the face of Bryan. He's going to go into the cover now. And it gets a 2 count. Bryan remaining down for the 2. Very interesting as he now hits a jawbreaker. And now Rollins, a big strike. And now Seth Rollins going to throw Daniel Bryan into the corner. Seth Rollins going to lift Bryan to the top rope now. And Rollins, what is Rollins thinking here? From the top rope, oh Jesus Christ. Rollins, big back superplex! Both men leaving it all on the line already. This match only a few minutes deep as the referee covers. And Bryan, at the last second, kicks out. Rollins now, what is Rollins thinking? Dragging Bryan to the centre of the ring. Big snap, single underhook suplex. And Rollins now going to go to the top rope. What's he thinking here? Seth freaking Rollins is on the top, perched. Phoenix Splash connects. It's rare that Rollins lands with that move, but when he does, you know it's the beginning of the end. But Bryan gets a jawbreaker. And now going to lift Rollins on his shoulders. Fireman's carry, and look at this, a big aeroplane spin onto Seth Rollins. Rollins and Bryan both got to be dizzy as anything. Bryan now, Dragon Sleeper from the American Dragon. Rollins may just tap here. Rollins, no. Bryan lets it go, realising that he's not going to make Rollins tap out yet, and that might have cost him. Bryan now, dragging him to the centre of the ring. Northern Lights suplex. And now Bryan, no, Rollins, going to sweep the leg of Daniel Bryan. Rollins now, lifting up Bryan, and what's he got him set up for here? Here we go! Seth Rollins hits the pedigree! And just like that, we have our first man to challenge Cena confirmed. 1, 2, kick out by Bryan! Bryan somehow kicks out of the pedigree. And Daniel Bryan is still in this one. has the power of the yes movement behind him. Daniel Bryan now, from behind, grabbing Rollins. Big dragon suplex. Rollins is in trouble. Bryan is not happy. Bryan, no, went to set up for the yes kicks. Rollins with a chop. Bryan with a kick. And now Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan, what's he got here? A guillotine lock and a drag Rollins. And now a pendulum backbreaker. And now Daniel Bryan lifting up the Architect. Bryan hits the running knee. The running knee strike connects into the cover. 1, 2. Kick out by Seth Rollins. Both men trading finishers, but neither finisher was enough. They're going to have to hit another big move if they want to win this match. Bryan now going to throw Rollins into the corner. But Rollins gets a counter. Now Rollins with a big forearm to the face. And Rollins, here we go. The curb stomp. And that will do it. 1, 2. No! Bryan kicks out again. Daniel Bryan kicks out of the curb stomp. How the fuck is Bryan in this? Rollins now gonna throw Bryan to the top right turnbuckle. Bryan, elbow to the face. Wait for the running knee. Bryan gonna throw Rollins off the ropes. Ducking under. Daniel Bryan now. Leapfrog. Leapfrog again. Bryan with a huge lariat. Rollins tried to hold himself on the ropes to avoid the momentum, and Bryan said, fuck it, I'm going to hit you with a lariat anyways. This is a match of the year contender, ladies and gentlemen. No doubt in my mind, this is a cover. Oh, Rollins! Rollins is using the ropes. The referee doesn't see it. 1, 2. But Bryan kicks out anyways. Bryan now throws Rollins off the ropes and a big kitchen sink. Bryan feeling the sweat dripping down the forehead now. What an unbelievable match we're seeing here between these two. Rollins now, snapmare. Gonna turn it around. No, Bryan counters. Punch to the gut of Rollins. And now Daniel Bryan. No, Rollins, punch to the side of the ribs. Rollins, here we go for a second time. Pedigree connects. Bryan put up such a good fight here, ladies and gentlemen. Rollins gets into the cover. 1, 2. No! Another kick out! What's it gonna take to put this man away? Bryan gonna throw Rollins into the corner. And now, oh, a knee and an elbow. Bryan, I don't think Bryan can even believe that he's standing right now. Kick to the back of Rollins now. And the pace is very clearly slowed down. Bryan now, big stomp to the arm. Oh my god, trying to break the arm of Seth Rollins here. And now Bryan, maybe going to go for a snapmare. Rollins with a Russian leg sweep. And now Rollins, here we go. For a second time. The curb stomp. Center of the ring. Rollins begging the referee. Count to 3. And that's what he does. Seth Rollins is headed to Fully Loaded to fight John Cena and either Roman Reigns or the NXT champion Titus O'Neil for John Cena's WWE Championship. Bryan put up such a good performance, but it wasn't enough. Seth Rollins is the future of this industry, and he proved that tonight by putting away one of the greatest of all time, Daniel Bryan. But Bryan had everything in him. He kicked out of so much. He put in so much resiliency here tonight, but it just wasn't enough. Too much defense, not enough offense, is the story of Daniel Bryan's match tonight. Seth Rollins hits 2 pedigrees and 2 curb stomps, and that's finally enough to put away the American Dragon. Because I thought for a minute it wasn't going to be enough. I thought Bryan maybe had another kick out and it was here. This is the second pedigree that Rollins had. Bryan was done. But somehow this is when Rollins went into a second pinfall off of a pedigree. And I was convinced it was over. You can see how close this count is. Look at how close that was. But Rollins center of the ring, hit a second curb stomp. Bryan knocked completely out. Referee was there, and he hit a solid 3 count. Seth Rollins wins in the main event of Smackdown. What a win here for Rollins. As a recap of tonight's show, Diamond Dallas Page made his debut and answered the Intercontinental Champion Dolph Ziggler's open challenge and pinned the IC Champion. We then saw Goldust and Stardust, the Rhodes brothers, defeat the Usos to become #1 contenders to the Miz and Damien Mizdow Smackdown Tag Team titles. And as you've just seen there, Seth Rollins, after beating Daniel Bryan, is headed to Fully Loaded. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I will thank you all for watching. I have been Ashton Aker. This has been Smackdown, and I will see you all in the next video.